what made the Zoe Quinn and Kotaku stuff interesting enough to talk about on your podcast and on this new subreddit community?
Um, I think it was just the idea that there was either an indie clique uh, surrounding this one person who was a virtual unknown. Like, I didn't know who the hell she was when I read the Zoe post. I was like, okay, so she's a game developer. I've never heard of her before. Um, but the fact that there was a clique protecting her, that she would value her reputation so much as to DMCA videos just talking about this sort of thing. Um, that discussion of it would get censored um, in such a way that like she would take down she would take down an independent game jam. That's what it was, um, because they didn't appease her. Or she would be involved. What we found out later, she would be involved in a large subreddit censoring hundreds of, not hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands of comments talking about this issue. It went deeper. It always went deeper. It on the surface, it's just drama, but the fact that there was I guess you could call it like an iceberg. The fact that there was something under the surface, something fucking huge, or at least it felt huge, was what kept drawing me in.
What do you think of? I've still not read it, by the way. Probably I might at some point as like a part of like this active journalism. But the Zoe post. What do you think of that and the Five Guys, IRC channel, things like that?
I was never in the IRC channel. Well, I was in one. I think it was in a KotakuInAction IRC channel. I think we set one up, but I was only in it for a couple of days at most. I didn't really do much with it. But like the burgers and fries chat, I knew it existed. I just never got in there. But as far as the Zoe post itself, like I said, it just felt like drama at first. The real interesting tidbits were the implications that the guys that she had slept with had a hand in advancing her career, um, especially by giving her an award that she might not have deserved. She might have gotten straight through nepotism. Um, I mean, that's kind of a big deal.
And to clarify, that wasn't the
Um,
Grayson one. That was a different conflict of
no,
interest.
that wasn't Grayson. No, that was Robin Arnott, I think. Um, but no, Nathan Grayson. That one was kind of weird because when his name finally, I don't think he was named outright in the Zoe post, but when people found out that he was one of the five guys, they just kind of assumed that he had been writing about her and giving the favorable reviews to her games, and I use the word games very loosely here. Um, but that ended up not being true, though he did cover at least Depression Quest on,
Bro,
I
how
think,
do you
two
not
occasions.
know? No, he covered Depression Quest with the Rock Paper Shotgun article. He promoted it over 49 other games.
I thought he was doing that at Kotaku.
No, well, there were two other articles at Kotaku. But one of them was about the game jam that failed, where he quotes her at length, I believe,
Right,
and then the other one was actually before they were in a relationship, most likely. They might have been friends, but there's like not enough evidence to really draw that clear of a conclusion.
right.
So there
No,
was
I know about the one where it was a bunch of indie games, and Depression Quest was on that list. I thought that one was over at Kotaku, not Rock Paper
no, that was
Shotgun.
Rock Paper Shotgun. The Kotaku
Okay,
one was the Game Jam one.
right. Okay. There's still one. I swear there was another time where he promoted Depression Quest. Maybe it was to say that it had been greenlit on Steam or something.
That was the Rock Paper Shotgun article.
Okay, okay, that's what I'm thinking of then. All right,
Yeah, this was like 9 years ago. I don't expect you to like remember every single detail.
right, yeah, it's it is kind of hard to remember everything.
So you make the subreddit, or you don't make the subreddit. David Me makes
No,
the
I didn't
subreddit.
make the
You
subreddit.
come
No.
in, you take over. What's that like for the first? Well, I guess we can talk about the summer of 2015, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
What was it like for the first, 8 or 9, 10 months?
It was all right. Early days, just building it up. It always felt weird that it was gaining traction. Um, I personally did not expect GamerGate to turn into the behemoth that it became. Certainly not a cultural flashpoint, if you'll let me use that term. Um, but I never thought it would grow to what it became, and I certainly didn't expect it to become uh, almost like a full time affair. And that's probably a personal failing of mine because I did end up treating it as a full time affair, running KotakuInAction, doing GamerGate things. And keep in mind, I was in college at this point in time, so I was neglecting actual real life. Hey, this shit is going to matter things to be a fucking moderator on Reddit. So don't do what I did, children. I was fucking stupid. Um, it kind of became an obsession for me in a way. Um, I wanted to be uh not quite like an influencer, not really an e-celeb, but um I wanted to be the kind of person that could um promote discussions and hopefully get Gamergate a victory in a way, just be involved with it. And that's part of why I did the KotakuInAction live streams, which you can still find all but I think one on my YouTube channel. The one was requested to be taken down by one of the guests on board, and I said sure. Not going to name names, but that one's gone. Good luck if you can find it. Um, but anyway, I wanted to. I guess at the end of the day, I wanted to be liked by everybody, and that seems like really selfish of me to say, and it is. It's very selfish, but I didn't care about e-celeb status as long as people knew who I was and liked me and liked what I was doing and were able to talk and do Gamergate stuff.
And to you, the Gamergate stuff that was separate from your dislike of the social justice warriors.
Yes, I mean, well, there was some overlap naturally because Anita Sarkeesian got involved, and Anita Sarkeesian was a name that had been known to us anti SJWs for a while. Um, Even before she did tropes versus women in gaming, uh, she had a YouTube channel. Um, it was the Feminist Frequency YouTube channel, and it was very low budget, but uh, yeah, I uh, I remember getting into an argument with a girl I was dating at the time about Anita Sarkeesian and the what was it, the straw feminist video that she'd put out. Um, I just very disagreed with it and ended up getting into a pretty nasty argument with her. One of the only ones that we had actually, and yeah, that's how I found out about Anita Sarkeesian. She was always pissing me off. But
So, God,
go ahead, go ahead.
no, what I was going to say was really stupid. Please continue. I'll still say
No,
it, but later.
please say the stupid thing.
So, Anita Sarkeesian's not the best pillow talk.
Oh no, no, she is definitely not. No. Um, but anyway, um, no, there was some overlap just because of her getting involved in. Uh, I think also the nature of criticism towards GamerGate, as being misogynistic or uh, yeah, it was misogynistic at first. That was the term that everyone used. So naturally, that attracted a certain type of people to criticize Gamergate, which in turn attracted a certain type of people to criticize the critics. And yeah, looking back, I don't think there was any way to really separate the two. Um, but I did try. I did try.
Can I have a few more moments of your time? Thank you again for watching another book interview clip. The full interview is linked in the description. Right now, I need your help. I'm currently running a Kickstarter campaign for my next recently finished book, Champions of Elanthia. Champions of Elanthia is my in-depth exploration of the world of multi-user dungeons, featuring interviews with a dozen Dragon Realms and Gemstone 4 players, telling their stories and preserving gaming history. You can help me bring this project to life for as little as $5, so please back the Kickstarter today and help me fulfill this dream. I'm also happy to report that The People of Gamergate, Volumes 1 and Volumes 2, are now available on Amazon in both Kindle and hardcover formats. Thank you again for your time.